joining us.
Hi, this is amazing. I can't believe this. I've never done this before. So I'm just overwhelmed. You know, I think I'm going to cry. Oh.
So cute. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.
Yeah, I want to say that thank you so much. Thank you. Look, I'm really overwhelmed.
Stop it. It's okay. Kathy, it's just so crazy that we've been packing boxes all this time and now you're all sitting here on screen. I don't think we were really ready for it.
I'm just so humbled and honoured that you are all participating tonight for our amazing, Greek feast as part of the Paran Market Cheese Festival. I'm honoured that they asked me to host this tonight and that you all chose to participate. So our menu tonight is starting with tirokaftiri, which is a delicious spicy capsicum and feta dip, a traditional Greek dip that we often make. We're also going to make saganaki because I think that's something that you're also all familiar with, and knowing and learning how to make that beautiful, delicious crust with that oozy cheese in the center is going to be amazing. But we're going to do we're going to add our own touch to that, which is something that I quite often like to do. And rather than just squeezing lemon juice onto our saganaki, we're also going to drizzle over it a beautiful lemon thyme infused honey. So you're going to get the combination of salty, sweet, tangy, and it's just phenomenal. So it's not just ordinary saganaki that we're just going to fry in the pan. We're going to take it to another level because that's what we do.
And that's what we're going to begin with, isn't it?
Absolutely. So I think, and also to move on, we're going to do a lovely spanakopita, but it's using, again, a unique technique, which I think you're going to find fascinating and also easy, because I think once you see this tonight, it's something that you're going to do again and again with your families as well, and friends and family. And that's really what I want you to do. And we're going to finish off with a lovely ricotta blueberry cheesecake with just simple, no phyllo, nothing. It's just simply ricotta and almond meal. And we're going to bake it in the oven and enjoy. And that's how we're going to finish off. I wanted to, now as in your boxes, you would have found this lovely surprise. This is something that you wouldn't have counted on, but I popped this in your box because this was my way of saying thank you to you. This is a beautiful wine from the region of Achaia in Peloponnese. The Peloponnese is the hand part of Greece. It's a blend of 3 particular grapes, one of which is called Ayorgetico, and it's an indigenous blend from Greece. And I want you to enjoy this tonight with your Greek meal, as we say, stiniyamas and galiorixi. But we'll get to that when we when we started all our food. So by all means, feel free to pour yourself a glass as we're cooking along. I'll wait till a little bit later.
We'll pop it back on the table.
Yep. And so we're going to start off with, hopefully you've all turned on your ovens. Ovens are warming up because we've got a couple of things that need to go into the oven. We're going to work in reverse. We're going to make the saganaki last, and we're going to start off by melting our butter, warming up our honey, turning on the oven. So we're getting all these elements ready. So hopefully all the ovens are on. And then the first thing that we're going to do now is I'll start off actually by melting my butter. I'll do that first, and then I'll warm my honey up.
Because I don't know if everybody knows this, but Kathy doesn't actually have a microwave. Kathy?
So you might all find this really funny or strange. Someone who does nothing but cook all the time. There's 2 things. I don't own a microwave. So everything has to be done on the cooktop. And that's why it's going to get melted here in this pot. The other thing is that if you see me doing something that's not quite according to your notes, don't stress too much, because this is what is great about this menu. It's a little bit forgiving, and sometimes I don't follow the recipe exactly. I'll just sort of put it together, but don't stress over that. Just you follow the recipe. And the other thing is, I seriously don't know how to cook for 2 people. So everything is done in abundance. Even for the 2 packages, it's abundant. So, and to me, that's what Greek cuisine is all about. It's all about beautiful food, fresh produce, abundance, setting the table up and cooking with lots of love. and sharing it with family and friends. And that's what it's all about. I'm sharing it with you tonight, and nothing makes me happier. So let's go. We're going to melt our butter first. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to the butter to the milk solids to subside down to the bottom. So what I'm left with on the top is clarified butter, and that's what clarified butter is. Then when working with phyllo pastry, these are little tips and techniques. Feel free to make notes. One of the enemies of phyllo pastry is moisture, in the sense that the milk solids. This is what makes your pastry soggy, and this is what makes your pastry have brown spots on it when you're baking with it.
So this is going to be for the spanakopita.
This is spanakopita. We are melting our butter now for spanakopita, okay?
Cool.
Now, by all means, if you have a microwave, please use your microwave. It's just that I don't have one. The next thing that we're going to do is warm our honey up. All right, while that butter's melting, we can also, and I'm going to put my oven on too. Pan forced oven, I've just put it on 175. That's a nice sort of all round 175, 180. That'll get us through most of our recipes. I have my little pot here, and I'm going to put my honey in this. I'm not sure how, I just want to know if someone's finding it hard or they're not quite getting me, understanding. I'm hoping that you're going to be able to let me know.
And also feel free to ask us any questions you might have along the way, or general questions that you'd like Kathy to answer. So we're going to do our honey, and what else goes in there?
So this is your beautiful honey, like the honey that you have here, that you have with you. It's all going to, you might be saying, can I put the honey in the microwave as well? You might be wondering that. You can, if you like, warm it up in your microwave and then add the lemon thyme. But I like to, see, I've just got my honey here.
And it's all the honey from the container, all of it?
All of it. I've used all of it. I'm not going to go stingy on honey. All my lemon thyme will go into this honey now, all of it. And then I'm going to peel with my peeler. So you just get your potato peeler, very simple. Just peel off some lemon zest, like wide strips like that. Make sure you wash your lemon if it's not organic, but wash it anyway. Mine's come straight off the tree in the backyard, so I've still washed it though. I'm putting in about 2 or 3 strips, and really, this doesn't matter. You can put in half the lemon. You can put in, it's all a matter.
But we need some rind for the... Yeah,
so I'm not going to do, this is the lemon I'm going to use for my ricotta cheesecake as well. So, and it's also the lemon we're going to squeeze on the saganaki. So we're being efficient here. 1 lemon's getting us through everything.
Cool.
Now, and that's what it looks like. There's your honey, thyme.
Hold it up close. There you go.
So there you go.
And now that's going to go on the stove.
That's going to go on the stove. And I'm just going to let it gently just to soften up and become aromatic. And when it really heats up, then we're going to turn it off and just let it sit. And it becomes infused with lemon and lemon thyme. All right?
And then right at the end of the cook, when we're doing our saganaki, we're going to pop it on top at that point.
Oh, and that'll take it to the next level. All right, so oven is on. Butter's melting, but don't stir the butter. I'm going to teach her what to do as well, honestly.
My bad.
Honestly. So when the butter's melting, don't stir it, because all it does is whiz around the milk solids with the butter. So let it do its thing. Now it's actually melted now. I'm going to turn it off. Turn it off, it's ready, because I actually don't want it to burn. I just want it to melt. So by turning that off now, the milk solids are going to go to the bottom. What will stay on top will be the clarified butter. Cool. Okay. Is everybody with us so far? Hopefully, yes.
Yay!
All good? All right. Now.
So while that's doing its thing, we're going to move on now to the making of the spanakopita.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do first
is I'm going to show you some tins to begin with. Okay. So, no, that's for the ricotta. You all have a packet of phyllo pastry, whether you've bought a two pack or where it's 4, it doesn't matter. You all have a pack of phyllo. And the reason for that is, you know, sometimes it's not easy to measure exactly what you need with phyllo pastry. So I have a large rectangular tin here, which is, I think, 24 by 48, I think it is exactly. So that's one option. You can also make it in a smaller round tin like that. And don't get stressed if they're not aluminium as I have. These are tins that I use at the shop. It can be non-stick, it can be anything you want. And I wanted to show you also our spring form, which is this one here. And believe it or not, you can actually make this spanakopita in a spring form pan. And the reason, what you will do is I'll show you, you actually will twist it and coil it and coil it. Every layer is going to get coiled and you pop it in there and that becomes a spanakopita as a coil and a lovely round one. So I'll show you how to do that as well. So again, any cake tin that you have at home, anything that you have that's square, rectangular, whatever, will work. It doesn't matter, okay?
Cool.
So, without further ado,
which tin are you going to use?
I'm going to use this one here.
Yep.
But I need to brush it and butter it generously. It's really hard for me to show you this now, but I'm hoping that, let's just see if you can see this. So I'm not sure, but you can see by looking, see that butter is that lovely clear, clarified butter, which doesn't have all the milk solids that have gone to the bottom. So that's what we're going to butter our tray with. Hopefully you're all with me still and all still okay with everything. Okay, this is now buttered. We're now going to move on to our cheese mixture and have that ready. So we have
our different cheeses. So we've got feta and we've got ricotta.
This is my feta. This is the ricotta. You should have exactly the same thing.
Yep. So we're going to mix everything in the
got
bowl.
Feta, and I'm going to use a fork to just crumble this up even further. Because we want this to be textured. I don't want it to be mushy, and use the back of the fork as well.
So just to confirm, we have 2 cups of ricotta and 2 cups of feta for the spita. You should have measured out your ingredients. We gave you the bulk, but obviously they're for all of our recipes.
That's right, that's actually important there. So I'm just going to get my cheese ready now, and then we're going to move on to the spinach as well. So cheese. Now that's another actually important point. If you choose not to make a spanakopita as we are tonight, you can actually take this same recipe, omit the spinach, and just make it with all the cheese. And you might add some tasty cheese if you like. You might add some parmesan to it if you like. You might add something else that any other cheese that you like. So yeah, there's no fixed rules. You might add leeks to it. So long as you sort of saute them first. Now I'm going to add the ricotta to that. And then I'm going to stop working with the cheese because I'm going to move to the spinach. I'm going to pop that aside for a moment because we're going to move to the spinach.
So we're going to grab our spring onions and our spinach and should I begin dicing? So, do it?
Yep. Now, hopefully you've all got your spring onions chopped and tailed, and I'm going to just quickly
dice them up.
Hopefully everyone can see me and you're all okay with where we are at the moment. This is a very forgiving, that's why it's called a ruffled pie bitter, because it's all ruffled phyllo. There's no technique, it's all easy and forgiving. And that's why I think that once you've mastered this tonight, you're going to be able to make this again with your family and make it as part of a routine dish for your family.
So we just also need to make sure that with the ricotta, we've left enough for our cheesecake. So it's 500 grams left over for our cheesecake for the 4 people box and 250 grams left over for our cheesecake for the 2 people box. And the rest of the ricotta goes into this bitter.
Spring onions go into our pan.
Cool.
Okay, a lovely glug of olive oil. Now I'm using here a particular Greek olive oil, again from the Peloponnese, that I've got to tell you, equally as good, I have this amazing first harvest Cobram Estate olive oil. So whatever oil you have is fine. I just like to work with extra virgin olive oil. That's what matters. So I'm going to give this a good glug. You can measure it if you want. This is where, unfortunately, I don't measure and I just put the oil in, you know. And in a way, it's good if you get into that habit. You know, it's good. Don't worry too much if you've got more olive oil. It's more important to not have less olive oil because olive oil is good for you. I'm going to gently saute the onions, and I'm going to add a bit of salt and pepper to this as well.
Put them over here.
At this stage, just a little bit of pepper because we don't want that pepper can burn, and you know, you don't want it. You just put a tiny bit at the moment, and we'll finish it off afterwards with pepper. Bit of salt. Again, not too much because your feta cheese will be salty. So just ease off on this, and then in the end, we'll try it and see.
Also, I might just mention that we're cooking the big box. So we're cooking the 4 people box tonight. So if you guys are cooking the 2 people box and wondering why we might have double some of your ingredients, and we're using, so for the ricotta just then it was 2 cups of ricotta for us, but for you guys with the 2 people box, it'll be the 1.
It's kind of funny because we're talking and I'm kind of expecting somebody to respond back, but you're not responding back, so I'm hoping you're with me and following and finding it all easy. So we're sauteing our spring onions at the moment. Now, if you don't have spring onions and you just have a brown onion, feel free to use your brown onion. It's okay. You don't have to have a spring onion. Because we planned this and we organised your boxes, I opted to have something fresh like the spring onion. But by all means, use red onion, use brown onion. As I said, it's very forgiving, and I don't want you to get bogged down with those sort of technicalities, because this is what this cuisine is all about. It's about love and putting things together in a rustic way.
So just to recap, we're just sauteing our spring onion, and we're going to add our spinach in.
So we have our spinach here ready, which you would have as well.
And we have also organized our cheese for the pita, and we've measured away our cheeses for the ricotta cheesecake, which we'll come back to later.
I'm going to now add the spinach into the hot oil, and that heat alone will cause your spinach to wilt. That is what I want you to take with you. So we're going to sit there and we'll allow the heat of the pan and the onions themselves just wilt down the spinach. That's what we're aiming to do, without sitting there madly stirring until there's sort of nothing left of the spinach. I want to keep the freshness of it. That's what's important. So I'm not sure if you can hear it sizzling away here. It smells beautiful, the beautiful smell of onion spraying away nicely. It's nice and hot. So to this now, if you're feeling that it's really nice and hot and your onion is translucent almost, we'll add this spinach in. Now I'm going to just give it a whirl. So I'm going to now turn the heat off, turn it off, and allow that residual heat to wilt your spinach. You don't need to keep cooking it.
So our heat's off. And Kathy's just stirring the spinach with the spring onions.
To make sure that it's all nicely amalgamated, that we've got onions to add all the spinach and olive oil.
And it's wilting and it smells delicious. I hope all your kitchens smell as good as this one. Yum.
So all that spinach has amounted to pretty much, not much now, I'll show you.
I'm going to bring it up here.
Oh wow, yay. See, look at that. It was always filled to the top and now it's just down here. See? And that's what we want. And the residual heat has done this. We don't need to keep cooking it. That's it. So this is ready, and all we're going to do afterwards, when we're done, we're just going to let it sit for a minute, and I'm going to put it into my colander and squeeze any excess moisture that comes out of it, so that it doesn't have a lot of moisture. Just letting it sit still in the pan. I just want to make sure it wilts down as much as we possibly can. Look at that, see, and I want you to remember that, because what this has enabled us to do is keep the vibrancy of the spinach, including the nutrients, because if you keep cooking it, you're just going to kill it off and make it this horrible dark green color rather than this beautiful vibrant green color. So I'm hoping that you're all all experiencing this at the moment, but it just shows you that it amounts to nothing once you've wilted it down.
Okay.
This is it now. We're going to pop it now. We might show this.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to show this. I'm going to use.
So Kathy's using a colander. She's going to put her spinach into her colander.
Yep. So while we're getting things ready, sorry about the noise. So if you press this down, look at what's going to happen here now. It's this excess moisture that I don't want in my spinach pie. Look at this. Can you see that, guys? So using the back of your wooden spoon, press it down. Just take out all the excess moisture, because quite a lot comes out of spinach. But As you can see, it's still a beautiful, vibrant green color, and yours should be the same too. Okay, that should be enough.
Cool.
Okay. Back into my tray here. Everybody with me still? I just need to know. Okay, so now, before I pop this into my cheese mixture, I just need it to cool down a little bit. It's important. So what I'll do is mix now the yogurt into this cheese mixture.
So we're just going to wait for everybody to come back to us with all their spinach. Give us a big thumbs up when you're good. And then we're going to move on and we're going to mix everything together.
We've got one thumbs up.
Woohoo! Thank you. Hello, Vula.
Oh,
that was Vula said hello.
So do you think everyone's ready for the next stage?
Just a minute.
We've got spinach. All we want to do now is we're cooling down this spinach. This is important that we cool it down. So we've got it's back in the stainless steel bowl. I just want to cool it down. And at this point, what I'll do while we're waiting for it to cool down, I might actually just add a little bit more pepper into this. Why not? Because I love pepper. I love it. But if you don't want more pepper, don't add it. It's okay.
We can also make sure we've checked on our honey. Should we turn our honey off, Kathy?
Depends on how warm it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it should be all right.
Yeah?
Yes.
So everyone can turn their honey off
Turn your honey off and just let the lemon zest and the thyme sit in it now.
And that's going to sit there until later.
Now, are we ready now to move on to putting the yogurt? We are now going back to our cheese mixture, which is a combination of feta and ricotta at this point. We're going to now add our yogurt. Okay, so that's our yogurt done. And we're also going to whisk our eggs, and I'm actually just going to whisk them in this container. It's fine. It's okay. You can do that. You know, it's...
So we've also left 200 grams of yogurt for our dip. It's not all of the yogurt we have. So just to be clear, we've separated all our ingredients out before this cook. Hopefully you guys have done that too. And yeah, so that was only a little bit of the yogurt that's going in and the rest is for the dip.
Everybody still with me? Are you all still here? So I'm just going to, with the fork, that's all you need. And that's just purely to bring them all together. Okay, in they go. So we've got all our ingredients in there.
So we've done 3 eggs and the 2 people box will do 1 egg.
Correct. And now, once again, I'm still using my fork, just bringing it all together. You can use a glove if you like, and with your hand, you can bring it all together. But I find by using a fork, I'm not over mixing it and I'm not over mashing up the feta, because I do like a bit of texture.
Kathy, Maria wants to know why you include yogurt.
To give it a little bit of moisture and it actually softness and eases, it softens up the saltiness of the feta as well. So yeah, and I just find I tend to use quite a bit of, when I'm making these rough kind of ruffle type pies, and I've got a few of them actually in my second cookbook as well. There's another one that I make with zucchini. And I tend to use a mixture of yogurt, olive oil, and eggs as something that brings something together, but it binds it all together. And yogurt with the combination of eggs and cheeses will do that. It acts as a binder, but it also softens the saltiness of the cheese. So this is ready now. And you should have a mixture similar, you know, to this. So similar to this, it's soft. It shouldn't be that any runny. It should be a soft mixture with a bit of texture from the feta. And hopefully, yep, our spinach should be okay now. But one little thing that I want you to do, and roughly though, is if you haven't got, I'm going to use the scissors, but if you haven't got scissors, doesn't matter, use just a knife. I might use the knife actually to show you.
Oh, sorry, I put the knife away.
It's all right. So as it is here in the bowl, because what I want to do is, the spinach stems sometimes can look like a long string. So as it is, very roughly, just use this, use your knife. And if you've got kitchen scissors handy, use them too. And I'll show you what you do. You like this, you just snip, 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 snip.
That's a good hack.
There you go, just that's all you're doing. You just snip, 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 snip. But you can do it with a knife as well. It just means that you won't have all these stringy stems of the spinach.
Perfect.
There we go. Spinach is ready, cooled down quite a bit. Cheese mixture's ready. In goes the spinach to our cheese mixture. Isn't this wonderful? Love it. As you can see, the proportion of cheese to spinach is greater. I've got more cheese to spinach, and that's because I don't really like lots of spinach in this particular pita. But if I was making a spanakopita, the reverse would be the case. I'd have more spinach. So all this beautiful spinach, and we've got this lovely green coming through our other cheese mixture.
Yum.
You know, and you should be able to smell that onion and the spinach as well. Look, see that? Look how beautiful this is. I know.
Looking good.
Yeah. Mix it well. Make sure that there's a little bit of spinach everywhere.
So just to recap, everything that's in this bowl is we've got the 4-person box. So it's 2 cups of feta, 2 cups of ricotta, 3 eggs, half a cup of yogurt, and our spinach and onion mixture, which we popped on the pan.
Yeah. Now at this point, what I'd like you to do is actually, I want you to try a little bit, because to determine whether it's according to your palate in terms of saltiness. I think it'll be fine, and I know I personally won't add more salt, but if you particularly like it salty, by all means add more salt. For me, this is perfect. Yum. Oh my God. Even raw like this, it's amazing. Oh gosh. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. Sorry. I love pepper.
Kathy loves pepper.
I love pepper. I love chilies. I love all of that. Wait till we make the tiro kafteri. Oh my God. Blow your brains. Crack, 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 crack. That's what my little grandson would say. Crack, 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 crack.
Okay.
Right, this is ready.
That's our mixture for the spanakopita.
Ready. Now we're going to move to the exciting part, which is the phyllo pastry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is where the scissors are handy as well, to snip open your packet.
So we're opening up our phyllo pastry.
Packet. Now the packs of 2 will not use all of this packet, of course.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that, you know, you've got there, if you find that, you know, for example, you can just keep using phyllo until you finished your mixture. That's all, you know. And then wrap it up, the rest of it, put it in the fridge, and you can have it for maybe in a couple of days. You might decide to make this again. So this comes out.
Open up our phyllo.
I don't want you to be afraid to use phyllo pastry. Phyllo pastry is an amazing product. to use, and so versatile, and we can make so many things out of it. So this is our phyllo pastry here. And I'm going to start off, use a damp cloth on top of your phyllo pastry.
So it doesn't dry.
So it doesn't dry out, really
So
important.
this is our damp cloth.
I'll just keep working at the moment, but you by all means use your damp cloth if you're not confident with it, so that it doesn't dry out. And we're going to start now. Remember this, our butter has now melted and it's clarified. You've got this lovely, vibrant yellow butter sitting up on the top. Using the pastry brush, just take a bit of this, just watch this for a moment. Using your pastry brush, without dipping it too far down to the bottom, get it, and then just drizzle it like this. Drizzle the butter. I don't know, I'm hoping you can all see me. You just have to drizzle the butter. You don't need to brush. Not that anything happens if you brush it, by all means choose to brush it. Now, I'm going to take this top sheet. Okay.
They're thin, so you've got to get it together.
So take this top sheet, turn it around, and just like that, I now have 2 sheets.
So the butter is in between the top sheet and the second sheet.
That's exactly right. So there's my 2 sheets here. What I'll do is I'm just going to move this way so that maybe we can take that glass as well.
Yeah.
Because I really want you to see this. This is where the fun begins. Okay. It's a little bit, this is where a lot of the time is spent doing this, but it's worth it. So I've got my 2 sheets here, and I'm going to now again drizzle a bit of butter on top, because butter is flavour too, and it's where we you know, we get a lot of our flavour. Okay. Now we're going to take this mixture, and we're going to take flicks of it, and we're going to flick it on a little bit. Look, like this.
Flick, flick, flick.
Flick, 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 like this.
Can everyone see?
I'm hoping everyone can see this and understanding, and let me know really early.
So then we're left with a piece of phyllo pastry with butter and little flicks of spinach and cheese mixture like this.
Yeah, and we're going to turn it around, and I'm going to work with the narrow side of the phyllo, and I'm going to start creating a fan. Now, this is where the scrunching up happens. This is why we call it a ruffled phyllo pie. And so this is the thing. So we're going to take it and we're going to start folding like this. And I don't want you to worry if it's not perfect. You just keep going like this. And I'll show you, you know, and you just keep going like that. Just keep going and scrunching it up. Scrunching it up like that. You've created this beautiful fan here. And then we're going to layer it here on our baking tray like that. First one done.
First one done, a packet to go.
Is everybody okay though? Is everybody okay? I want to know that everyone's okay before we keep moving.
Everyone's good. Yes. Woohoo!
Yeah. So again,
so now we're just going to keep going.
Keep this process going, and I'm going to show you how I can do a coil as well. I'm going to show you how to do a coil. Remember, we've now added the butter, so I'm going to add the other phyllo on top, like that. And then we've got to, again, drizzle it. And then, again, flick, 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 flick. And if you
I'll bring you up here.
If you find that in some spots get too much, you know, you get too much is flicked on, just spread it. Use your fork, your knife, your palette, doesn't matter what you use. Just use your, you know, and just keep flicking. And
kind of like a Jackson Pollock painting. Is that him?
Ah!
Jackson Pollock, the artist, and he goes like that?
Yeah, edible art this is. Edible art. So I always find these things fascinating. And now, so look, I can see here, you can just spread this out a little bit. See, you can just spread it out. And again, I'm going to go to this corner, the narrow end, and I'm going to start folding. I want to show you how, if you don't know, if you're finding it difficult to fan, to fold and make into a fan, then just do this. Look.
Just scrunch all your pastry together.
Just push it like that. Look, like that. Just push it like that. There you go, done. It's done. There you go. So that's why I don't want you to stress. There we go. Back into the pan it goes. Next one. I just want to know if somebody's not quite with us.
Everybody's keeping up.
Everyone's keeping up, yay. Flick now, butter, 2 sheets, butter the top. Flick, flick, flick. Because we can't exactly measure, like each sheet, it's really hard to actually have exact amount of flicks, as I'll call them, onto all the pastry, you know. So sometimes what will happen is you may have a little bit left over of this mixture, which is fine, it doesn't matter. It's just that you can't make it exactly, you know, because some sheets you might have more, sometimes you might have less.
And sometimes can you freeze it?
No, I don't want you to freeze this. I just want you to put it in the fridge and pretty much use it in the next few days. You can also take this mixture and boil those pasta shells and fill up your pasta shells and bake it. You know, that's the thing. So same mixture can go into those beautiful, cook up your big pasta shells if you've got mixture left over and fill them up. Is that Richard that I can see there?
Yeah.
Is that Hey, Richard! Hi! I learned how to make sourdough bread because of Richard, and I have an amazing sourdough starter whose name was George, but I've renamed it to Electra. This man is amazing. If you want to know how to make sourdough bread, sorry to
sidetrack.
Now I'm sorry, but I just noticed that was Richard.
I think we can see, there's a way to see everybody cooking along. There you go, look.
Oh, there you go.
Hi, everyone. We had our screen on the other way.
All right. So we've got this now, next one. So I'm going to fan it. But if you can't, as I said, start doing this. Oh, you can't see me now. I'm not sure if you can.
Yeah, they can see you. You're here.
All right. So you just push, 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 scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. That's why it's called a ruffled phyllo pie. Into that it goes. We keep going. We just keep doing this.
Love the glasses, someone said. They love your glasses.
Oh, thank you. Yes, they are. They're so good. I like them so much. I actually bought myself 2 pairs. They're very comfortable and very light on me.
So if you had to choose between a spanakopita and a tiropita, which is just cheese, what would you pick? What's your favorite?
Spanakopita, always.
Spinach.
Always, yeah. I'm a big spanakopita person. I love spanakopitas. Always love that feeling. And I also really love leek as well.
Oh, leek.
Yeah, leek one. Leeks. So you would do the same thing, and instead of the spinach, or you can even add leeks, sauteed leeks to this spinach mixture. So you've got a combination of both.
That's yum.
So you could maybe get a couple of small leeks and add them in, chopped up finely. The combination of leek and spinach always works well. Okay, so I've got this, and using again the back of my fork, I'm just spreading it a little bit. And again, let's just scrunch, 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 push it together.
So I'll take you over here and you can have a look at how our tray is looking as Kathy lines up the sheets in the baking tray.
Yours should be looking something like this too. We just keep doing this. It's quite therapeutic actually.
Kathy, where is your baking tray from?
I have these baking trays specially made for the shop. They've been, you know, made. I've got like hundreds of them because I need them at the shop. But I have them made at a place called Carlisle Engineering. If anyone is interested, somebody mentioned to me too that you can get them at various Lebanese delis. Okay. I'm not sure about that, but you can also, I know, buy them at, if you can order them, I'm pretty sure you can order them as well, where I get them from, which is Carlisle Engineering. And it's a place here in Melbourne.
People love that baking tray. We get so many Instagram messages about it.
And the thing is that I would actually gladly, you know, have a whole lot made and have you buy them, but I just don't know, you know, how many people would then buy them from me, and I don't want to be stuck with all the trays. So we just push.
So we're just going to keep on using all of our phyllo pastry 2 sheets at a time until our spinach mixture is finished.
Or it doesn't matter if it's not finished, you know,
wow.
What's wrong?
We just got a photo of our pita. Someone's done their pita.
Already?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Rachel. Thanks, Rachel.
Rachel. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well done, Rachel. Well done.
Everyone show us your pita so far. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Look at Brett's pita. Everyone's looking great.
Yay.
Woohoo. Jenny's pita. Richard's pita. Look at Richard's pita.
Show me, Richard. Show me. Yay.
Kate's pita.
Hey, listen, if Richard can do sourdough bread like he does, he can certainly make a pita.
Kate. Woohoo. Looking good. And Kate has a helper.
Who?
Hello, Kate's helper.
Yeah, hello. I promised I was
Oh, Nicole has a helper too. Hi, Nicole's helper. Kathy loves cooking with her grandkids, don't you, Kathy?
Oh, yeah. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to do it because of Corona. Sadly, it's just been a year that I've missed with them, really, to be honest. So hopefully I'll make up for it. Really sad, you know, I've missed it terribly, you know. I'm going to show you how we can do a coil as well, so that if you wanted to make it round into a round tin as well, this is how you do it. So, which is, you know, it's not difficult, but I want to show you. So if I had my round tin, for example, what you would do is you would start coiling it like this. Basically turn it around and around and around like that, and you have that little round one, and the next one would start here and here until you build up this beautiful, you know, round circle in your tin. And this is a very effective way of presenting this pita as well, because like imagine you just had, you know, say maybe 4 to 6 people, and you wanted to put it on a lovely wooden tray. You could just take it out of your springform tin, put it on there, and you cut the wedges out of it. Whereas here, we're going to cut squares out of it. So again, this is a lovely way of presenting it in its round form. Sometimes I make it at the shop like this. My God, Rachel's faster than me. Was it enough mixture, Rachel? Enough mixture?
Hi, Kathy. Yeah, it was enough mixture. It just perfectly fit in our tin, and it was, yeah, it tastes beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah. And are you enjoying the wine, everybody? I hope you've had a glass so far.
Now, tell me about this wine, because I'm having a glass of it, and there's some sort of aftertaste to it, but I can't pick what it is.
What is it like? What is it? It's got
chocolatey or something.
Chocolate, yes, it's got a chocolatey, because it also has in it a variety of grape called Mavrodafni, and that's got a sweetness to it. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. It does have, the bottle should tell us actually. I forgot now it's a combination of.
It's written in Greek, Kathy, so I can't answer that one.
I have to tell you, hold on.
Yeah, come on, Phoebe, you get into it and tell us, yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
Isn't it just?
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful wine.
Yeah,
I
I just poured myself a glass, but not for Kathy.
Just let me finish this, and then I'll tell you. But it is. I know it's got the. It's got the mother of Africa gives it a sweetness. I know that, and the Yorgitiko, which is the indigenous blend, is what gives it the tanginess, or that sort of tartness that comes through as well. I'm imagining that you're tasting that too.
Nice.
Just keep going. But I just thought, if you're having a Greek meal, you've got to have a Greek wine with it as well. And it was my way of saying thank you to everybody too. In fact, the next time you do make this, it'd be nice if you
Richard said it's so good. It reminds us of a South African wine.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's one of my favorite wines that I discovered when in Greece. But I also I discovered in Greece, but I also was lucky enough to, about 2 years ago, there was an amazing festival here in Melbourne, and I was lucky enough to be one of these people that was asked to cook for it. And what happened is 14 amazing Greek wine producers came from Greece to show us and showcase their wines. And Greek wines have actually come a long way. So the wines were incredible, and I was lucky enough that the producers to this wine were actually one of the producers that came here. So he then made sure that the wine became available to a number of distributors here. I'll find out maybe if anybody, I don't know if everyone subscribes to my newsletter, but if you don't, we'll find a way to get to you and tell you where perhaps you can buy this wine if you want to keep buying it.
Good idea. Rachel's doing a beautiful demonstration of the wine for everybody to see.
Yes. There we go. I'm hoping that everyone is almost finished now. I mean, the 2 packs would be.
Close to the end of the bitter.
There you go. Like, I've pretty much used all of mine. And that's the last. That's it. And we're going to scrunch it off.
Okay.
I mean, there's a little bit more on this one here, but it doesn't matter. Now,
Beautiful.
I have.
So do you want to hold it up for everyone?
Yeah.
This is Kathy's bitter. Cool.
All right. So we have. I'm going to add this last sheet just to fill up the.
So we've got 1 sheet left over, and we're just going to pop a little bit of butter on it and pop it in the tray as well. Just
not
so
going to waste it. Just it fills up this little hole here. Okay. So now, next thing is whatever butter you've got left over in your pan, I want you to take it and then drizzle it over. Carefully, just being careful not to drop milk solids in as well. Just carefully.
So just drizzle the butter over the top of the bitter.
Or use your pastry brush as I am here now, just to get little bits here on the end. Here, just here, these bits here.
Beautiful.
Phyllo pastry and butter, phyllo pastry, whether it's homemade or even ready bought like this, is a match made in heaven. Butter really suits it. Now I'm not going to use much more because there's a lot of milk solids here now left, just as the last bit here. Okay, that'll do us. Now, that's ready. Last but not least, I know you all think I'm crazy. I mean, what's she doing pouring soda water over this amazing masterpiece here?
So what does the soda water do?
Soda water acts, what it'll do is it'll make your pie really crunchy on the top and on the bottom. Has that squirted everywhere? Oh dear, and I was about to say that. Be careful it doesn't squirt everywhere. Hopefully it doesn't, because probably from being shaken in the box, I suppose. Has much of it fallen out? Doesn't matter if it has. Look, this is
You only need a little bit.
No, we're going to use all this bottle.
Oh, sorry.
For four people, we're using the entire bottle. Okay, for four. That's your big tray.
So for the 2 people, you'll do about half.
Yes.
And it's
So
just
it's
going
gonna go
over. Hang on, slow down. I'll get it closer.
Okay. Look at this now. We're just pouring it. Don't be afraid. This works. Believe me.
And it should be bubbling up nice and beautifully.
There you
Look
go.
at that.
Done. This goes into the oven.
So we're going to pop
And
her
that's
in the
going to
oven.
become, the end result is going to be crunchy phyllo on top and fluffy, gooey, gorgeous, cheesy pita in the center.
Yum.
So this is going into the oven. That's been heating up for quite a while. As we say, you know what we would do in Greek? You know, we would do our cross. And
Make sure it turns out.
God bless it.
Okay.
Timer's on. I'm putting the timer on for 45 minutes. Always.
45-minute timer goes on.
The 2 packs, because it's a smaller one, just check it maybe at the halfway mark just to see. But the big one needs 45 minutes to begin with, and I imagine if today is like any other day, it'll probably need another 15 minutes on top of that. But we may be required to reduce our temperature at that point. We might bring it down to 150 perhaps for that last 15 minutes.
So now we're going to get our stand mixers ready.
All right, have a sip of wine, everybody, first. I'm just going to clean up a little bit.
And we're going to start on the ricotta cheesecake.
Not sure if I'm running according to time schedule too, am I?
It's 7. So.
I talk a lot. And okay. Wash our hands. Do you like my Sweet Greek tea towels? Aren't they gorgeous? Sweet Greek. Got all the lovely food prints, animal prints that are the same prints that are in my cookbook as well.
I'm just going to get the KitchenAid. Sorry. So if you don't have a KitchenAid, Kathy?
Hand mixer, handheld mixer, you can even do it by hand if you can, because what we're trying to do, but I'd rather you did it with a mixer, the softening of the butter with the sugar.
Do you understand on this side?
Yeah, so the softening of the butter with the sugar is easier if you have a mixer. And I'm sure everybody's got some kind of mixer. It could be a Kenwood, it could be anything, but use the paddle wheel, not the... Now, I'm going to... One of the things, what I want to say is, again, for the ricotta cheesecake, we can use a flan, which is what I'm going to use tonight. I'll show you them. So we can use a flan like that because it's really pretty. When it comes out, it's got that lovely sort of fluted edges. But if you don't have one of these, again, it doesn't matter. A springform tin will work just as well. This is a little one for the small cheesecake. So cute, it's just gorgeous. Little one, again, doesn't matter what tin you have. It's okay so long as you can lift it out afterwards. Springform tins work well too, as do these ones here, because I can just lift it out like that. So okay. I just am a big fan of these little flutes because that makes everything look pretty. I have this thing where I say you eat with your eyes first. So first you eat with your eyes, and then when you're impressed with how it looks, you then want to eat it, and then the other senses kick in, like, you know, smell, taste.
So we're going to pop our paddle wheel onto our KitchenAid.
I always struggle at this stage. I always struggle getting my paddle wheel into the mixer. So just bear with me. I've done it. I've done it.
Should we use this butter to butter the...
Yeah, exactly. So if you have some residual butter left, you know, from the pita, by all means, use it now to butter the ricotta tray. It's okay, you can. But just generously butter it, or you can spray it, or you can olive oil it. That doesn't matter. You can use olive oil as well. So we're going to now add our butter into this.
So we've got 65 grams of butter. Sorry, that's the 2 people box has 65 grams of butter, and we are using 125 grams. That's going into the kitchen.
And it's butter at room temperature, okay? So it's very important. The butter's at room temperature, and to that, I might as well get it going a little bit, and then I'm going to just whisk the butter around a little bit, and then I'm going to slowly pour in the sugar. This is the sugar, yeah.
So we've got 275 grams of caster sugar, and if you've got the small box, it'll be 135 grams. Can everyone hear us over the KitchenAid? Yeah?
Can you hear? And everyone's still okay? We're all working together? Yes, all good. Yep, all good. Excellent.
Cool.
All right, and now butter is going round and round. We're softening it up, and then we're going to gradually stream in the caster sugar.
So it's 125 grams of butter for 4. And we're slowly pouring our sugar in and leaving the mixer to beat.
It might be a little bit crumbly at this stage, but it'll come together. Increase the speed of your mixer if necessary. Now, to this butter sugar mixture, I'm going to add some vanilla. This is vanilla bean extract.
Kathy's just going to squeeze it in because that's how she rolls. But if you're measuring, it's a teaspoon.
I'm just going to go squish and you know, that'll be enough. But you can also scrape a vanilla bean. You can do all of that. That's personal taste. I just find this vanilla bean extract is so handy for me to use because I just have to do so much of this in a day and in a week that, you know, having an extract available is convenient. So I'm just going to give it a good squish.
So it's butter, sugar, vanilla bean so far.
And then we're going to add the lemon zest into it.
Yep, we're going to zest the same lemon as before.
Use a microplane. I want to show you something here now. If you've got a microplane, so here's the inside of it here, and here's the outside of it, you know, there. Take your lemon and do this, like that. Just do that. What happens is the lemon zest gets trapped in there, and then you just have to tap it into your mixture, rather than the other way, which is like this, you know, scraping the lemon onto it. Use your microplane like this. It's much easier. And that lemon zest gets trapped in there, and you're not losing any of it because it's too precious to lose.
Good tip, thanks, Daphne says.
Yep.
It's a great tip.
It is. Now, all the lemon zest is off. It's all here. I have not lost not one little bit. And now what I'm going to do is tap it into there. nothing left. Nothing left, all in there. The other way, if you were doing it like this, you'd have to stand this over a plate or a bowl or something to make sure that you weren't losing it. Every so often, stop your machine and scrape your bowl down. Oh, I just need that spatula.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so next up, we're going to separate our eggs.
The butter still needs work. It's not ready yet. It's not ready. It's got to, we just have to keep working at it till it's softened and fluffier, and just needs a bit of work. This is where we have to be a bit patient.
After letting that mix.
You should be able to smell the aroma of this. It should be beautiful, really lovely. Combination of vanilla and lemon and oh.
Can you see our butter? So we're going to let that go. And we're going to, at the same time, separate our eggs.
Yes. So while it's doing its thing here, we're going to now separate our eggs. So we've
got 4 eggs.
So we're going to put egg whites in one bowl, egg yolks in another. I'm not sure how you're confident to do this. Put it there like that. I'm not sure, but you can use your hand. They can't see me.
No, you have to go like that.
Yeah. I feel funny. Anyway, here we go. I'm happy to do it like this, but you do it whichever way you feel is, you're confident doing it. Just make sure you don't get any egg yolk into your egg whites, because we want to make a meringue out of this. This particular ricotta cheesecake, once you've made this and you've tried it today, you'll fall in love with it, and you will make it over and over again. And you can make it with strawberries on top, you can make it with raspberries, you can make it with slices of stewed apple, or sort of apple, or a little bit of pear. We love to slice up brown pears and put them on top as well in a lovely pattern. We make them in all different sizes, and if you're time poor and you want to have this for, let's say, to entertain, you could also make this mixture today, for example, and not bake it until tomorrow, and keep it in your fridge, and then you take it out tomorrow and put it into your baking tray and bake it tomorrow. So how's the butter looking, everybody? Is it nice and white, getting sort of? It won't become fluffy. Don't look for a fluffy texture because of the sugar. It'll be grainy. But what matters is that it's pale in colour rather than that bright yellow that butter is. While you're doing that, just have a quick look at your pizza. All right, we're ready now. The egg yolks are going into our butter mixture.
So we're adding our egg yolks into the butter as it's mixing.
Ready? Now I'm going to whisk the egg whites by hand. I don't need a mixer for this. I'm just going to do it by hand. And one trick also to enable you, if you want your egg whites to hold their volume, it's a good idea to put a bit of salt in them as well. So I'm just going, and it also adds flavour to your cake as well. So I've got my egg whites, haven't started beating. I'm just going to grind a little bit of salt in this. And I'm going to use my whisk and I'm just going to do that. So I'm looking to make fluffy, fairly stiff egg whites. So just loosen it up, and I just want to, now your egg and butter mixture should be really starting to come together beautifully now. I'm just going to once again, as I said, scrape down the sides of my bowl every so often. Should be nice and soft. Everybody still with me? They're all okay?
Add the almond meal in there.
Yep.
Ready for that or not?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I'll just not put that there because I'm not going to do it.
Yep.
Okay.
So now,
So to the paddle wheel and the mixer, we've got butter, sugar, egg yolks. We're going to, and vanilla bean and lemon zest. Now we're going to gently pour in our almond meal. So just gently stream it in. No formula needed here. Just gently pop it in. You can do it by spoon. You can do it the way I'm doing it with the container, using the corner.
so it's 2 cups of almond meal for the 4 packs or 1 cup for the 2 packs.
Okay. So mix that.
And at the same time, we're going to beat our eggs by hand.
I have to use a bit of speed and a bit of strength. Corn flour goes in.
So it's 2 tablespoons of corn flour. So I've put 2 tablespoons of corn flour is going into our mixer.
At this point, your tidopita, spanakopita should be, the aroma coming, it should start to be smelling now, a little bit of cheese and butter. That should be coming through. So this is kind of like, you can see, just soft, fluffy. We're not looking to form a meringue here. We don't want to have that. This is ready. So take off your paddle wheel at this point. And I'm just going to use my hand. My hands are clean, and hands work much better for this sort of thing. Scrape off every little bit because it's all so precious and delicious. Don't leave anything behind. You can try a little bit too if you like. See what you think. Okay, this goes into the sink.
So to reiterate, in here we've got butter, caster sugar, lemon zest, vanilla extract, egg yolks, almond meal, and corn flour.
And I'm going to take it off now. So using my spatula, I've taken it off. This is what it looks like. And using my spatula, I'm just going to give it a nice little mix, fold it. And I'm actually now going to fold in my ricotta cheese. This is all of my ricotta, is that right?
So it's the ricotta that's left over after the pita has been made. So 500 grams for the big box.
And if there's a little bit of water on the bottom of your ricotta in the container, just tip out that extra moisture and then just put in your ricotta. And this is, I actually like to do this by hand. I prefer to fold this by hand. But if you don't want to do that, continue to use your paddle wheel. That's all I'm doing. I'm just mixing it in and folding it in. It seems stiff at the moment, but don't let that worry you because the egg whites will give it the moisture that we want. That's why this particular dessert is also gluten-free. So for those of you that are gluten intolerant or celiacs, this is a perfect dessert for you.
Amazing.
Yep. I'll get Phoebe to keep mixing this through and I'll make sure that the egg whites are nice and
Good.
Yep. Okay, this is ready. Look at this, it's ready in a sense it'll stand up sort of, but it's not, you know, so stiff that it's like a meringue. Now this will go in, so we put gently, so we can, when this goes in, fold it gently all the way through without over mixing it. So one way to do that is to spread it across, cut through, and then whirl, you know, like so, swirl it around, cut through, swirl it around, and then cut through, swirl it around, cut through like that, swirl it around, and then cut through. And we're not overworking this mixture. Scrap your spatula every so often if you have to, and you probably would have to. Put that all in there, cut through the center.
I have never been a fan of cheesecake because of my dislike of Philadelphia cheese. This is exciting, especially being gluten-free too.
Oh,
Isn't
wow,
that cool?
fantastic.
That's awesome, Daphne. Yeah, it's a good one because it doesn't have Philly cheese.
No, it doesn't. And it's one of the reasons it's a favorite of mine as well. And now this is now ready. You can see, whereas it was nice and stiff before, it's now loosened up. And we're going to now pour this into our, let me bring this over closer there. So and you can see there's no pastry involved here. There's no blind baking. There's nothing like that. So we're going to just pop this in. This is what makes this so delicious. This is why I also like to use my hands and to work this by hand, because sometimes with the paddle wheel, it doesn't quite mix it that well. And I find the mixture isn't evenly distributed. Water or anything? Yeah, I think I might have a glass of water. Now, I'm going to actually, tell you a few more things here now. If you like, there's nothing stopping you, before you put this ricotta mixture into your tray, you can actually, I think, you can see it better there now. You can actually fold in some blueberries, raspberries, mixed berries, it doesn't matter. You can actually fold them through as well if you like, and then sprinkle them on top as we're going to. So they're just little things that you can do depending on your personal taste. Okay, I'm going to use my palette knife, which is, I have it somewhere. Just a little trusty palette knife that I've got to make sure that it all goes.
But you could also use your spatula.
Yes. give it a good shake, and that means it'll go everywhere. Give it a good shake. Shake it around. It'll go everywhere. Nicely, you know, position itself nicely in the baking tray. And that's it, it's ready. So now all it is left is for us to sprinkle the blueberries on top.
I've just given them a quick rinse.
Freshens them up as well. Going to put our blueberries.
Now you've all got, even if you're doing a 2-people box or a 1-people box, or a 4-people box, everyone's got a punnet of blueberries, so you can use all of them, you can use some of them, however many blueberries you like. And I don't know if you can all see, but these are mammoth. They look amazing. How amazing are these blueberries?
They taste even better.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have one.
You have to try one, don't use them, just eat one, guys, eat one.
That is so juicy and delicious.
Plump and
Heaven. I just saw Richard's wife giving Richard a blueberry.
Yeah. Just spread them evenly around your pie. And the next thing is flaked almonds.
We're going to generously pop the flaked almonds on top. Sprinkle them on.
Yep. I'm going to actually do one more thing
Grace,
here.
they are massive.
They are. They are. I have to give you nothing but the best. Now I'm going to show you something. If you haven't got a toothpick handy, it doesn't matter. Use your fork, use one of the teeth of your fork, use a little tip of the knife, it doesn't matter. But I'm just going to gently prick these blueberries, one little prick. And that means
what does that do?
That they'll burst and their flavors are going to burst and bleed into the cake.
Delicious.
Well, we are ready. And that is the ricotta cheesecake. How quick and easy was that to make?
Yay!
And when you see it and try it, you'll love it.
So we're going to pop her in the oven along with the pita.
What I want to do is I might actually put it onto a different type of tray as well, because what's happened is you don't have to worry about that, but I've actually got it sort of dirty on the bottom here and I've got things. So let me just pop it on another tray, sitting on another tray. I think that'll sit on here, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Beautiful.
there. So I'm just doing that because you don't need to do this, but if you find it easier to move your tray around, sit it on another flat tray, otherwise put it straight in the oven. But mine's a bit dirty now underneath, and so I'm avoiding the mess in the oven. So I'm going to pop it in with this.
Woohoo!
While you're doing that, you should be able to check on your pita as well. And according to me, we have another 20 minutes to go.
Of the pita, not of the cooking.
And you should be able to smell that. How good is that? Do you
So
like
good.
that? Do you like the smell of the spanakopita, everyone? So how long are we putting on for our ricotta?
We are putting it on for 40 to 45, but just be wary that if you are the 2-people box, it might be a little bit less. Just keep your eye on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we're
I'm just going to wipe my bench again. Let's have a little bit of a breather. Clean up. Clean up. Have a sip of wine, and then we're going to move on to the next thing.
Do you want a sip of wine?
No, not yet. No. But I want to clean up a bit. I just want to know how everybody is so far. Are you enjoying it? Are you finding it worthwhile? All good?
Yeah, let's flick back to everybody.
Yeah, I want to see.
Oops. There's everybody. Woohoo!
Oh,
Hi,
so-
everyone. Look at that. Awesome,
Are you
Kathy.
liking it? Who's that? Oh, Marie. Hi, Marie. Marie.
Ava's loving being my helper.
Melissa. See her name, Mary. I think I know Mary from Instagram. Would that be right, Mary? No.
Hi, fantastic, loads of tips, loving it. Hope you are too. Lots of fun, loving it. Yay! This is so cool.
Fantastic.
And then look, if we go here, these are all the other people.
Oh,
So cool.
oh, there's Fatula. Hi, Fatula.
So cool seeing everyone. Thank you all so much. Okay.
We might have to just time the ricotta as well. So yeah, we might use our phone for that.
40 minutes. Kathy, do you want to show everybody your dining table? I don't know if you guys have seen, but we've also got our dining table set up here. This is Kathy's beautiful dining table, and tell everyone about your amazing bowls.
Ah, so these particular bowls came all all the way from Paris. It's from India. It's called India Ceramics, which is YRIA. And I just fell in love with what they had. And so I've got an entire collection. So we're going to put my Tiro Cafti, the cheese and capsicum dip in this bowl here. We're going to put the Greek salad in this particular one here, but I've got long oval platters. I've got all sorts of different shapes and sizes.
They're really beautiful.
Truly beautiful, and it's like right in the heart. If you can imagine the island of Faros, if you look on a map, look at the island of Faros, and which is the most beautiful island. If you haven't been, you must when we're next able to travel again. And this particular place here is right in the middle of, like, it takes a good hour through the mountains and countryside, and a beautiful drive as it is. And finally, you discover this incredible workshop where all these pottery is made. There's so many beautiful places now in Greece where you can buy, the most amazing pottery. This was then, because there was so much of it, I then had to have it sent across to me here in Melbourne. I can't tell you how nervous I was until I received it all. Am I not being heard?
Oops. Say that again. Oh, could you hear us?
Could you hear what I just said earlier about the ceramics?
A little bit. Oops, sorry, technical difficulty.
All I'm going to say anyway is that all these ceramics come from an Iria Ceramics, YRIA, which is a lovely place in Faros, an incredible island if you next have a chance to go to Greece. And that's what I'm using. And so we're going to use this to put our food on tonight. And it's really nice to go to the trouble, set your table, make it look beautiful, and sit down with your family and friends, whether that's one person, 2 people, 10 people, 4 people, it really is irrelevant. Just enjoy it with a lovely table setting as well.
So we thought we'd let you have a, and then as we're cooking, we're going to bring over our beautiful food. So our Greek salad's going to go in here, and our tiro kafteri dip's going to go in here. And that's going to be our table.
All right. Well, I think we better bring our, first of all,
There we go.
can you hear us now? Can you hear? Oh, good. The next stage to this beautiful virtual Greek feast evening is going to be making our Greek salad. So there's nothing, mysterious about a Greek salad. There's nothing complicated about it. It's just a few simple ingredients. And to my way, in my mind anyway, a Greek salad is just about simple ingredients. It's not using lettuce and a whole lot of other rockets and spinach and what have you. It's tomatoes, cucumber, some pepper if you want. Now, I love using this in my salad, but if you don't want to use it, by all means, don't use it. It's not compulsory. So you can just use your onion and cucumber and tomato. Now, I think about onion. For the 4 packs, you'll notice in the recipe, I have a whole onion. You don't have to have a whole onion. Again, this is very optional and personal. You may not like onion at all, so if you don't put it in. It's optional. And if you don't, you know, you don't have to. You don't have to use the peppers, and you don't have to use all the onion. You could use a little bit of onion. But what I'm going to do is show you how first let's cut up the onion, and we're going to put it in a bowl of water. And if you've got iced water, it's even better. So we're going to let it sit in iced water. If you have it, if you don't, it doesn't matter. Just cold water is fine before we put it in the salad. So let's just.
Do you cry when you cut onion? I'm probably going to have to step away because I cry every time.
I cry all the time too. I can't help it. I cry even when I'm talking to you. When I start off talking, how's that? I'm a bit of a sook. Okay, so onion, you can either do rings. I really don't care how you cut this onion up, but my way of doing it is, you know, here's your onion, and you've got that beautiful, this way it goes. So you've got that, like that, and then I put it down, and I don't cut across it, but I cut down like that. All right, so just using your sharp knife, just do some nice thin slices. The reason I'm going to put it into some cold water is because I might get one of the glass bowls, or even the one of those ones. I find onion, as much as I love it, I find it's
So we're just going to fill up a little bowl with water, and we're going to pop our onion in it. Does that help with the crying factor?
Well, what it does is yeah, it will actually. So what this does is that, as much as I love onion, I actually don't like that strong, really strong acidic flavour in my mouth. It repeats on me. And I want the onion in the salad, but I don't want that effect. So I'm going to pop it in there. And that should have the effect of, you know, taking out some of that acidity, that horrible aftertaste that, you know, onion can leave you with. Sometimes I actually add a little bit of salt in this too. So if you've got a bit of salt, put a bit of salt in it too. Into this water, and it's just a little.
That's a good hack.
Yep. And the salt helps bring out those you know, that nasty acidity, you know, that onion has. Leave it now. It can just sit there. Just let it just sit there, and we don't have to worry about that till the end. I'm going to wash my hands again.
I'm going to sneak an olive because they're also delicious. What's your favorite kind of olive, Kathy?
I have to say, at the moment, the olives that I'm thoroughly enjoying, I have at the shop a unique olive called, that's come from a region of Greece, and I was able to only secure about 50 kilos of it. They're about this big, and they're oven roasted.
Oh, yum.
Quite amazing, phenomenal olives. I'm so lucky that I was able. Now, once I have finished these 50 kilos, I won't be able to have more until next year again, when the olive season starts. But they are, without a doubt, they are about this big, and they're meaty, but they're not salty and vinegary. They are just amazing because they've been finished off with in the oven. But we also now finish it off with our own fresh herbs as well, and take them to another level.
Yum. So let's start chopping the rest of our salad.
Just give the tomatoes a bit of a rinse as well.
Yep. Do you have another chopping board?
Yeah, there's chopping boards in the pantry. Now, again, if I was to say to you the only rule that I would have in you making a Greek salad after tonight, it's to make sure that you always select good tomatoes. So these particular ones here that I've actually given you in your boxes, yep, all of these are so good. They're full of flavour. They're, and as we get into summer as well, we're going to get those beautiful heirloom tomatoes, and they're just rich, meaty, and so tasty. So this is the best that I could get for today. It was hard. I had to buy something like about 150 tomatoes. So I can tell you, it was not easy.
And how do you like to cut your tomatoes?
So again, I'm very fussy with how they get cut. So I'm going to show you. Hold on. I find another little trick. You can try this if it works for you. I don't know. I find using a serrated knife gives me a nice clean cut on my tomatoes. So I'm going to go down the center, and I'm going to take this little bit off the top here. Okay. And I like to chop them roughly. I don't want precision. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to chop like that, chop like that.
Watch the fingers.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this, so it doesn't matter. But I'm not being precise here. I'm just roughly chopping, and that's how I love to do my tomatoes. I don't want them perfect, to be honest. So you do like that, like that, like that, like that. Any way that you can, so long as they're not precise. Anyway. Now, if you're feeling that the quantity of tomatoes that I gave you is too much and you don't want that, then don't chop them all up. It's that you don't keep some for tomorrow, keep some for Sunday. It doesn't matter. Do as many tomatoes as you feel is appropriate for you tonight. Okay, I'm going to do one more here, and then I think I won't do the fourth one because I find that they were quite nice in size. Any little bits here, just take them off. And again, off you go, chop roughly. Cut this little bit off here if you've got any imperfect bits. Okay, so tomatoes done. The next thing is the cucumber. So if you were, let's say, feeding a whole lot of people, you can either use the Lebanese cucumber or a couple of Lebanese cucumbers. If you were doing, let's say it's Christmas time and you're making a beautiful Greek salad for 50 people, 40 people, you might have to use a couple of these, but or a long lip or continental one. So now the question is, do you have the skin on or do you have the skin off? It's personal, to be honest. If I was to be using organic cucumbers from my garden, I would leave the skin on. Because I'm not today, I'm going to peel it. So I prefer to peel this skin with my peeler.
So what sort of fruits and veg do you grow in your garden? Tell us about your garden.
Definitely, without a doubt, we're going to grow tomatoes, we're going to grow cucumbers, basil, mint, parsley, categorically, without doubt. With peppers, these peppers will definitely...
Do you grow them at home?
Yes,
oh, wow.
definitely.
Lemons, Kathy's lemon tree is heavenly.
Rosemary is always going.
Olives.
I have olive trees. And I only have a tiny little courtyard, so it's amazing what you can do. Now, again, I like whole slices of cucumber. So again, I'm going to just put them in whole round like that. If you like it cubed, you can cube it, but I think whole is better. Just slice it up nice and round. Into the salad it goes. Done. Now, our pepper is next. This is quite a big one, the one that I've got. So I'm going to actually not use the whole lot. I've chopped it in the middle.
So we're cutting it down the middle.
Yep, and the reason I'm doing that is because, I'll show you. So what I'm trying to eliminate is this vein. Whenever you're working with peppers, get rid of this vein here, because it's this vein that causes indigestion and this vein that will make it repeat on you if you're having problems with peppers. So it's just always clean it, whether you're using red capsicums, peppers, whatever, just always clear it. Now this gets...
So these are greenhorn peppers, for those asking.
Yes, they are greenhorn peppers, light green ones. But clean this vein as well. So you can see I'm just roughly chopping everything. We're going to make this salad, but we're not going to dress it. We're just going to have it ready because we want to move on to the next thing. Off it goes. In it, chop, chop, chop. Don't slice things like me. Use your chopping boards.
Do we put our olives in now or later?
You can, because they'll just start infusing flavour in there. If you want to use all of the pepper, use all of the pepper. This is where it's all very personal. Yeah, and that's
so
what
this
it
is
looks like.
what Kathy's bowl is looking like. We've got our tomato, we've got our cucumber, we've got our greenhorn pepper, our onion is here with the water. Do we add that in or are we going to wait with that?
The water.
No.
No, I'm going to add oregano to that salad mixture now. We have here some beautiful oregano. I'm actually going to put the oregano in now. Just a good pinch. In it goes. Greek salad is not a Greek salad without a good pinch of dried oregano. You need to have the oregano in this salad. And then I'm going to put the olives in too. Olives, put in as many or as little as you want. I'm going to give it a mix. Just give it a mix. No salt, no olive oil at this stage, nothing. Just let it just sit like this. I'll add a couple more olives to it actually. Yeah, I might add a couple more. See, I'm going to add more olives now because I've just stirred it around and I think, yeah, why not add a few more. And this is how it should be roughly, you know, until we add all the seasoning and the feta cheese and so on.
Someone said, I like how you're chopping it less mess.
Yeah, true.
How's everyone's washing up pile looking like? Do you want to see ours? This is our washing up. Nobody likes doing the washing up, do they, Kathy?
No, just put it in the dishwasher. Your pita should be, you should be able now by now to smell. How many of you can actually smell your beautiful pita? Can you smell it? Can you smell it?
Richard can smell it.
Yeah. What are you licking? There's something that you're eating, Richard. Did you have an olive?
Olives.
Olives?
Honey.
Honey. Ah. Is that out of the oven already?
Oh, wow. Kate's got her pita out of the oven. Oh my God, it looks amazing.
Isn't it wonderful, Kate? Is it amazing?
How's everyone else's pita going?
Is it nice and crunchy on the top?
Beautiful pita. Loving it, Kathy.
Is it crunchy on the top, Kate?
Crunchy,
yeah.
yay.
See, there's no soda water. No soda water.
It evaporated. Did it evaporate?
And it absorbs into the pita, and the center will become lovely and soft and cloudy. And
look at Rachel's pita. Oh my
Whoa.
God, that's awesome.
Yay! Amazing. Oh, my bell just went. My bell just went.
All right, let's get ours out of the oven.
Well, it may not be ready yet. I only put
Let's
it
have
at
a
the
look.
45-minute mark.
No, ours needs longer. I'll bring you over.
Look, so this is mine. I still need a bit more because, you know, it's a bigger tray, so I do need enough. Remember I said 45 minutes to an hour, so I do need those extra 15 minutes.
There we go.
All right. So we're all under control now. Huh? Everything's good. Oh, so another one's come out now. Show me, show me, show me. That's Mullins. That's Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie looks fantastic. Wow, 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 wow. I hope you all enjoy this the way I do. And there's Jenny, Jenny, Jenny. You did it. Oh, Jenny, are you happy with that? Woohoo! Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You're going to love this.
Who's that? Kate. Look at Kate.
Where's Kate? Where's Kate? Kate, yes, look.
Look at that. Amazing.
You must have better ovens than me. Oh, gosh.
So good, you guys.
Well,
Belinda's showing us hers over here.
Where? Where's Belinda? There she is. Yay! Fantastic. I'm so excited and so happy. Well done. Oh, I truly hope that you will embrace this, take this and make it again and again and again. And vary it and just, you know, make it plain with cheese, make it with spinach and leeks, make it whichever way you want. But you saw how easy that was. Really uncomplicated.
Nicole, look at Nicole. Go, Nicole.
There it is. Well done. And next time you make it, I want you to make it in that springform tin as a coil, the way I said, okay? Because that's a really good one too. It looks beautiful, impressive when you know, put it on a tray, like even a wooden board, a nice round wooden board, and you put it on there and cut it up. It's just next level, really beautiful.
Oh, Belinda did coils as well.
Did you? Where?
Look at that.
Show me.
Belinda did that too. Oh, that's awesome.
Fantastic.
So cool.
You're a legend. Well done. Oh gosh, it's so wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
So good. Okie dokie.
Onions are still in the water. And if you have a look at your water, you'll see it's actually becoming slightly cloudy and probably taking on a bit of a purpley color too. But that's good. We want that. You know, we want that. Let it sit here. Let them sit here. And salad's there on the side. So we're ready. We've got our salad ready.
Okay.
And the next thing that we're going to do now, moving along, I hope you all don't mind. I don't know if I'm a bit slow, I'm not sure. But the next thing is going to be our, what we call tiro kafteri. Now, remember this, Greek is a phonetic language. So the way you see a word written is how you pronounce it. So tiro comes from the word tiri, and tiri is cheese. Kafteri is kafteri. Kafteri means hot. So it's a cheese dip with heat in it. So it's got the capsicum and the chili. How hot you want it is again going to be very personal. I personally really love it hot, but I haven't made it hot for you guys. So you're going to taste it and you're going to then add or subtract according to your own taste. And if you don't want heat at all, don't add the chilies, and that's my advice. If you still want a cheesy dip with peppers, but without the heat, just add the garlic without the chili. But all we need for this dip is something as simple as one of these little blitzers, you know, one of these things, a bar mix. It doesn't, anything that's going to quickly blitz, a NutriBullet, those sorts of things. Yep, that's it. You got it, Richard. All of us, something like that. You know, it's one of these, handheld things, you know. So let's move on to this. I'll get another bowl, and to that bowl, if you can see, again, in my cheese, I've got a little bit of moisture on the bottom. I want you to tip that moisture out if you've got it.
So 200 grams of feta for the smaller box.
So the feta is going into the bowl.
And we've got 400 grams of feta. So it should be the feta. So you've just got to save some feta for your Greek salad, and the rest of the feta after the pitta's going in the dip.
Now, I'm moving on to the red pepper here now. What I'd like you to do is take your red pepper, and I want you to use some paper towels because there's a lot of moisture in this pepper. I want you to take the paper towel and squeeze the excess moisture out of this as much as you can. Just squeeze like that. You can see, look at the moisture coming out of it. Because I really don't want this moisture in my dip. Now I've got to find the beginning and the end. There we go. I love the texture. I love holding food and feeling it. It's just, you know, it just feels so nice. And this smells nice too. It's been, the peppers have been smoked and the skin's been taken off. So we're going to
just break it up with your hands.
Yep, break it up. And I'm going to pop it in here. Here's a whole pepper for us, I think. Now, I've also got here, I know you would have received these little chilies. These chilies are to decorate it on top. It's not for you to put into the mixture. It's to decorate it on top. I'm hoping you've got chili flakes. If, however, though, you want to take this to the next level, by all means, add a couple of these little things, but I've really got these for decorations more than anything. I'm going to add the garlic clove. I love garlic, so I'm adding the whole clove. Again, it's personal, but perhaps for this first time, unless you really hate garlic, don't put it in if you really hate garlic. But, you know, for this first time, follow it exactly as I've said, and then, you know, add and subtract according to your personal taste. But I'm hoping that you really like it as it is, garlicky and hot. We've got to add olive oil to this.
Yep, I put that over here.
I'm going to add my chili flakes to this as well. And I'm also going to add my olive oil. Measure it.
Measure it, she says, as she pours it in with her eye. In the Greeks say metomati, that's what the Greeks say, with your eyes.
You just look at it. And you know what? Whatever the recipes say, don't worry about olive oil. Just if it says, just add more. You know, olive oil is it's just beautiful. I hate having to tell people to measure olive oil by a tablespoon. I know I've got to do it, but it's like, come on, it's olive oil. Just be generous with it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, just beautiful. I'm going to blitz this.
So those ingredients, just to repeat, we've got red pepper, garlic, olive oil, chili flakes.
Correct. And I'm going to blitz it. Ooh, it's nice and powerful.
And how much do we want to blend it?
I want a rough texture. I don't want it smooth. I want you to keep a bit of texture on it. That's why I was just pulsing it, because I do like a little bit of texture. That's plenty. We don't need anything more than that.
So do you want to let's show everybody. So it's still got quite a bit of texture to it. Can you all see that?
How's your ricotta cheesecakes going? All good? And hopefully, if you've got your spanakopita out of the oven, they should be now cooling down a little bit, just so that you know it's not going to burn your mouth when we're ready to eat. Now, I've got the feta cheese here.
So we've popped our feta in a bowl and we've left some aside for our Greek salad.
And now, again, using a fork, I'm going to break it up. It's all about texture, flavour.
So we don't want to overly blend our feta. We want to keep
I don't want to blend it at all. So
Yeah.
please don't put the feta into the blender. You do mix it by hand, crumble it up. You can either do it by hand or with a fork. If you've got gloves, you know, but I find a fork works well too. Crumb it up like this, roughly. A little bit of muscles here. You need a little bit of elbow strength.
Someone asked, could you grate your feta?
Yes, that'll give you an equally rough texture. Yes, you can, by all means. Now, to this feta mixture, I'm now going to add my, I will add the yogurt first, actually. I will add that first. See, once again, I'm using yogurt. Once again, it's one of my favorite ingredients. I use it all the time in so many things, all the time. You know, yogurt and Greek cuisine are synonymous. You know, they go hand in hand. Yogurt for breakfast, yogurt in your dishes. I'm so passionate about yogurt. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, quite a few, maybe a couple of months ago now, I can't remember, but we actually did a little video on how to make homemade yogurt, which is amazing. Now, I always have homemade yogurt. We always eat homemade yogurt at home. I don't really ever buy it.
So just to recap, we've got in here 200 grams of yogurt, and this is for the 4 people. So if you're doing the 2 people box, it'll be 100 grams of yogurt.
So mix your yogurt. With
So,
your,
sorry, back to what I interrupted
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
We were talking about how Kathy makes her yogurt at home.
Yes.
It's amazing. I've tried it. It's so good.
It is. It's really beautiful. And then, you know, go back if you want to. If you follow it on Instagram, it's Sweet Greek Shop. You'll see that there's a tutorial on how to make homemade yogurt. Now, feta yogurt. Now we're going to add the pepper mixture into this. Just pop it in. Look at that beautiful color. You should all have this color.
So we're adding our cheese and yogurt mixture with our pepper mixture.
And this is the sort of dip that you can make and have in the fridge and have it handy with some lovely bread.
And now we're going to mix the two together. And fold them together, but keeping that texture of the feta in the yogurt.
That's, yeah, I really like that. I like texture in the feta and texture actually in the peppers. And you should be able to smell this now while you're mixing.
So good.
It smells so good. Using your hands for things enables you to understand what you're making. You know, it's like, you know, you feel it, you smell it, you see it. It's so much better doing things the, you know, I'll say the old-fashioned way, which is like what I'm used to. But it would have been easy to say, take this feta, pop it in a blender, do it like this, do it. But it's not the same end result as this. It just isn't the same. So this is well mixed now. And we're going to try it now to see if we need to add anything more to it. See, you try it too. See if you need any more chili in this, if you need salt, pepper.
Yum, is it good?
For me, personally, I'm going to add a little bit more chili into mine.
Do you like it spicy?
I do like it spicy, so I'm going to add more chili into mine. Now, this is where you get, it's personal, okay? So I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm not getting enough of that heat that I want. Try it and see what you think. But look at this beautiful texture. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's how it should be. Okay. I'm hoping thick, chunky. Are you all trying it?
Yeah, look at that. Hang on,
there it is. There you go. Rachel's got a great dip there.
Everyone show us your feta dips. Yay.
Fantastic, Stephanie. Brett, yay. Oh, look at Kate again. Look at Richard. See, we're all on the same page here. We're all on the same page. Yeah, all on the same page. Fantastic. Dimmy's there. I can see Dimmy. Oh, Dimmy. Hi, Dimmy. I can see you.
Yum.
Okay, so that's
should we get our beautiful bowl?
Yeah, let's put it now. Have you got your bowls out? Have you got your beautiful bowl? There's Milton.
We're going to get our beautiful bowl.
What have you got there? Is that a blood orange? Now, here's our bowl. We're going to make sure that our beautiful dip is served in a beautiful bowl, and that's how we're going to enjoy it. What do you all think? Do you all like the flavour of this? Do you like it? Is it something that you've had before? You've had this before?
Yum.
Grace, what about you?
Was the capsicum from a jar? The capsicum was a whole
it is.
roasted.
It's a whole roasted from the jars. Yes, because for convenience and because I had to do so many boxes, I used the ready-made ones. But if you were doing it for yourself at home, as I often do at home, roast, you know, get the peppers and roast them in the oven, peel them and use them. Because again, you know, but there's nothing wrong with using these ready-made roasted ones, nothing wrong.
And if you're extra brave, I think we're going to garnish it.
Yes.
With extra chili if you like it super spicy.
Now, I know it's a lot of dip, but at the end of the day, since you've gone to the trouble to make it, you might as well make a fair bit and have it for the week. And this particular dip is not only nice served with bread and crackers, but you can also serve it with roast chicken. It's delicious with chicken,
Yum.
poached chicken, roast chicken. It's probably the chicken would be the one thing that I really enjoy it with. Oh,
Amazing. Give it up.
oh, yum. I love it. I love it. Yum. So, tiro kaftiri, spicy.
That was so quick and easy.
Yep. Don't want to complicate things. What I'm going to do on top though is do this. We're going to give it a bit of a whirl.
Smooth it.
No, I don't want to smooth it. I'm going to create some whirls. Like that. You know, like a little bit of a circle. It's a circle. And I'm going to drizzle some extra virgin olive oil on top of this.
Oh, wow.
This is how you should be serving all your dips. You put them on a bowl, in a bowl, and then you just sprinkle a drizzle olive oil on top. And then I'm going to add these chilies as well. And that just becomes your decoration on top like that. You don't have to eat that. You don't have to do that. Totally optional, but this finishes it off. And that's how it looks. There's your beautiful spicy feta and capsicum dip.
Yum.
How's that, everyone? All good?
Good, good. Emma's
Jenny's
saying
enjoying
good,
it. Jenny's enjoying it. Who's saying good, good, Emma? Is it, did you say Emma?
Yeah,
Emma. Emma. I can't see Emma. I'm looking at Stephanie now. How is
Jenny.
it, Stephanie? Jenny's really enjoying herself. Oh, what are you eating,
Go, Jenny.
Jenny, what are you eating? Are you eating the tiropita? Yeah.
Should we check out
Is it good, Jenny? Is it good?
Delicious.
Delicious. Delicious. Very good. I'm going to check mine.
So we're going to have a look at our pita in the oven.
Yep.
This one. So we're going to take ours out now. This is how it's looking. And our cheesecake is looking good too. That's not quite ready yet, but our pita's out of the oven. And we're going to begin with our saganaki.
We're just we're gonna let the pita sit for a minute because it's just come out of the oven, and just let it sit. It takes in all the flavors. It rests. I guess the correct word is to say that it rests. Takes a bit of a breather. I think what I would like to do now is to probably finish off our Greek salad before I move on to saganaki, because when we move to the saganaki, I want you to be ready to eat, because you have to eat it hot, gooey and delicious. Okay, so let me finish off the Greek salad. Remember, in here we have all these ingredients. What I'm going to add now is a good glug of olive oil. You can measure it if you want to, but I'm not going to. And you just you know, be generous. I would say to you, just be generous with your olive oil, because what you want to do also is get crusty bread and mop it into those beautiful juices that are going to be released from the tomatoes and the cucumber and the pepper, and you know, and mix it with feta cheese. There's nothing better. And don't ever throw away those incredible juices that are left at the bottom of your bowl. Mop them up with bread. So we've got amazing salad here. Now you definitely need salt in your salad. So and
The leftover feta.
now I'm going to actually, at this point, I will put the onions in and mix them through. So just drain off the water.
So we're going to drain our onions out of their water.
So they'll go in. The water also makes them a little bit crispy as well.
Ooh.
Makes them nice and crispy, fresh, you know, and crispy, yeah. And as I said, you can put as much or as little onion as you like, or even omit it altogether. I actually really like a little bit of onion, So it's up to you. Now we need a bit of red wine vinegar. I have to say that I thought I had red wine vinegar at home, but I don't. But I've got some white wine vinegar, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to put a splash of that in too, so you can see. You know, you don't need to stress about, oh, I don't have this, and can I use that? You can use a little bit of white wine vinegar as well, just a tiny bit. Okay, and that's plenty. Okay, give it a good mix.
It all together.
Taste.
Yeah.
Good.
Good balance.
Nice, nice. Just enough salt, because we're going to add the feta cheese too, remember? I want you to plate this nicely into your plate. Maybe I can do it this way. No, I'll do it this way.
Oh, that's my timer for the cheese.
No, it's not ready yet.
No.
This part here, see that? That is the most valuable part of your salad. That's what goes on top, and never ever throw that out. Just make sure you can almost drink it as well. It's just too precious to not finish off and have. So there's that. And then I'm going to get the feta cheese as well again. I'm going to put a bit of feta cheese on top. You can crumb this and mix it through. You could pile it on top and then mix it through. It's up to you how you present it. I like to sort of do this to it and pile it on top like that. And there's our Greek salad ready.
Woohoo! Yum!
Now, one thing that I wouldn't mind doing again here is adding a little bit of oregano on top of the cheese as well. Just a bit from up above. It finishes it off, makes it look good. There we go. And there is our beautiful, scrumptious, delicious, nutritious Greek salad.
Woo-hoo!
Isn't that good? God, isn't that good?
Shall we have a look at everyone else's Greek salads as well? Let's have a look, guys. Yay! Woohoo! Look at that! Go, Richard! Go, Kate! Kate's daughter. Belinda.
Stephanie.
Woohoo! Belinda ate her Greek salad already, and now she's showing us a photo. Look at Rachel's. Oh my God, beautiful
Everyone
presentation.
Must be really hungry. Everyone must be hungry. Sorry.
We're really there.
Dip is there. Salad's ready. Pita's made. The ricotta cheesecake will just get finished. We're slowly finishing off in the oven. Last but not least now is our saganaki. I know we've all been waiting for that. Now, I need to get a fry pan. I'm going to pop this on the, I'm going to put the bit on top here. Just sorry, I just have to do that there so I can cool down.
Yep.
Because I'm going to need the other thing here. Oh my God.
So we're just going to slightly, you know, our honey that we had at the beginning that we warmed with the thyme and the lemon, we're going to re-warm that up on the stove a little bit and get that warm again. Now it's been infusing all this time.
And also I'm noticing I had a little bit of butter left on the bread, but slowly what's happening is it's drinking it up. So
that's for the pita.
Yeah, the pita. So we have our flour. We have our cheese. Yeah. We just need to, where's my syrup?
serrated knife.
So some will have two cheeses. Now this is what we call the cheese, Greek cheese that's called phyllo graviera. And it comes from the mountainous region of Greece, which is Epirus. Most of the good cheeses come from there. It's a lovely salty cheese that becomes creamy when you cook with it, oozes, you know. So I'm just going to take these out. I'm going to get first, let's get our fry pans out and get the oil as well. So fry pans are out. We're going to pop it on top of the stove and we're going to add some olive oil here or sunflower oil, whatever you choose. I actually do like olive oil. So we're going to put that on top and then we're going to quickly get our saganaki cheese ready and put it into the pan.
So we've got our bowl of water and our flour ready to go.
When you have your pan on top of your stove, just have it on low to begin with and allow the fry pan to warm up first before you add the olive oil in, all right? And this gives us a chance to add the cheese into your bowl of water. Pop your cheese into your water.
Is our cheesecake good? Just check it for me.
Yeah, I've just lowered the temperature.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Just double checking on our cheesecake, making sure that's all good.
And
maybe everyone have a little look at their cheesecakes.
And also at the same time, you know it's ready. Like when you pop a knife in the skewer, it should be, you know, it probably won't be 100% dry because there's a little bit of moisture left and it'll continue cooking afterwards as well. So just, you know, it probably needs a bit more. According to mine, it needs a bit more. But check it anyway, do check it. So I'm loving this spanakopita, love it. So my pan should be nice and hot now. I'm gonna add some olive oil into that. I'll use the other white one that I've got.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I'll bring you up over here.
So cover the bottom of your pan with olive oil or sunflower oil, whatever. I do use olive oil. So just cover it, you know, just on the bottom, nice coating of olive oil. And then I'm going to, this is going to be a bit awkward, just bear with me though. I'm going to now take, while that oil is heating up, because we're going to act a bit quickly here now. Cheese comes out of the water. Dip it into your flour. Coat it really well. Don't season your flour, not necessary, because the cheese itself is salty. Just, you know, turn it around a couple of times till it's well coated, and then just sort of tap it to remove any excess. Tap it to remove any excess, and then we're going to pop it in the pan, one at a time. Okay, one is in. While that is happening, take the other one out of the water. Or if you're doing two, take it out of the water and pop that on your flour. Press it down and turn it around. And just leave it in the flour for a moment until the first one is ready. This is the flour is what's going to create a beautiful golden crust. And we need the water because the water enables the flour to stick to the cheese. Okay, I'm just going to leave that.
This is our saganaki cooking away.
Yep, I'm just going to now explain a couple of things. Yep. So, as you watch your saganaki here in the fry pan, you'll see on the bottom, it starts to ooze and it starts to also, when you'll see there'll be a section of it that actually gets a little bit golden, and you know that it's the right color. And then we're going to turn it over to get color on the other side as well. Yep, I've got my spatulas here. Have your spatulas ready. And you might need some, you know, depending on how good you are, or you might need a couple, one to sort of lift it and one to help you turn it over. But I can tell now by looking at this, if you see, I'm hoping you can see, just here now.
Is the heat on medium or low?
It's on, I have got my heat on medium because I prefer it to just cook low and slow. It enables the cheese to melt. Look what's happening here. I hope you can see it. Right in the center there, it's bubbling away, and that's what we want. It has a lovely crust. I'm going to gently lift it and maneuver it over, and look at that. Now, that's it. That's what we're looking for. That is it. A beautiful crust with soft, gooey cheese in the center. And when we finish it off with lemon juice and honey, it's heaven on earth. Trust me. So now I find it works really well for me. If I have my plate here on the stove, handy, I just pop it here next to me because I can quickly shift it here to there, or you might have it on your bench, depending on how your kitchen is. But look, cooking it low and slow will give you that lovely crust and make that cheese melt and become gooey and soft, which is what we want in a saganaki. Still needs a bit more. Is everybody okay so far? Everybody good? Everybody's good. Rachel's good. Everyone's good. Susie's good. Hi, Susie, Belinda. Everyone's good, huh? It's all working out. All good? Where's Jenny? Jenny, is it all good? Okay, this is ready. One is ready.
One down. So we're going to get our other one out of the flour.
Shake off excess. I'm going to lower it a bit more because the temperature's quite hot now. Now, while this is, I'm going to put my exhaust on. There's nothing now stopping you at this point. Sorry, I nearly burnt myself.
Fine.
At this point, what you can do is you have this beautiful, beautiful honey. And I want you to just drizzle it over.
Can everyone see? We're drizzling our honey on top of our saganaki.
And I'm being generous.
And we're going to grab our...
And then I'm going to get my lemon and I'm going to squeeze lemon. But before I add the lemon, I'm going to sprinkle nigella seeds on top. I'm going to squeeze some lemon.
Yum. Oh my God, that smells amazing.
Yours should be smelling amazing too. Don't forget, turn the next one around if you're doing the twos.
Ooh.
Okay. And then I'm going to finish it off with little bits of lemon thyme, only because, you know, it's sort of, I've got it here and I might as well use it. I can smell honey. I can smell everything happening here at the moment. I'm hoping that you can smell it too. So this is ready. wait till I get the next one on too. We need to get stuck into this cheese. If you haven't already, we need to get stuck into it while it's nice and hot and gooey. Okay. Ready. More honey.
Generous with the honey.
I am generous, and again, it's very personal. Okay, so I love that incredible, different. You know, the way the sweetness with the saltiness of the cheese, the sweetness of the honey, the tanginess of the lemon.
Yum! All the flavors.
All the flavors are coming together.
So we've got our last little sprinkle of nigella.
Nice little bit of lemon thyme. And that's it.
Beautiful. Can everyone see? Okay.
So, this is ready. Pita is ready. Salad is ready. And I just, before we start, I actually do want to check my ricotta. I'm not sure how yours is all looking.
Wow. Look at that.
Now I've just got to check it.
Everyone, is all your ricotta cheesecakes out of the oven? How do they look?
Oh, it's ready. See, the knife is clear.
Ours is ready. How's everyone else's looking? Look at that. Look at Leah and Craig. That's awesome, guys.
Is that good? Fantastic.
Looks great.
All out of the oven. Is it
Great
all?
work.
Yay.
Look at Richard's.
Richard, wow.
Look at Belinda's.
Fantastic.
So cool, you guys.
So everyone's ready to eat.
Grace's boyfriend is eating his.
He's eating the spanakopita.
Good stuff.
Are we all ready to go?
Okay, so we're done. Now,
I'm going to serve now.
Let's have a good
I'm going to just serve it. So we're going to cut the spanakopita up onto some plates.
we're gonna leave the cheesecake to cool down and we can eat that for dessert after our main meal.
And to be honest, you know, that is our beautiful Greek feast. That is the whole menu all completed now. We've had our, we've made our spanakopita, we've made our ricotta cheesecake, we've got our spicy capsicum feta dip, our Greek salad, and I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And saganaki, of course.
Do you want to take the bit?
So let's just take the pita to the table. We'll cut it up. I find for me a serrated knife works the best. Again, I like working with serrated knives. It's easier for me. Now, let's just take it. Are you doing it?
Do you want to just take it over like this?
Yeah.
And then we can finish it up at the table. We're going to move to our table, everybody. Okay. So I don't know if everybody can see our beautiful table. This is how we're looking. We've got our spanakopita, we've got our Greek salad, we've got our dip. Kathy's gonna slice up some beautiful bread. We have our saganaki. And we're looking good for dinner.
And we're pretty much on time, not too far. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everybody. I think that that's a wrap, really. I'm happy we've completed our meal. I hope that you've all enjoyed. I'm going to sit down on a chair and take a breather now and talk to you. Yeah, I'm hoping that you have enjoyed this amazing, beautiful Greek feast. Thank you so much to Paran Market for including me today in the part of the incredible cheese festival. It's, as you saw, very easy to make, so doable. We all did it together, but very easy. You have the recipes as well. You can contact me anytime. You know where I am. I'm at the market. You've got Instagram, Sweet Greek Shop. Sweet Greek is at the Paran Market. And I hope that I can deliver more and more and more of these lovely recipes to you as time goes on. So if anyone wants to ask me something now, please do. I just so hope you enjoyed this, and I so hope that you gained something out of it.
Grace said, I wish you were my mum.
Oh.
Thank you, Kathy. So generous of you. Thank you. I wish you were my mum. Thank you. Absolutely loved it. Thanks, Kathy and Phoebe. Wonderful, bright moments in this crappy time. Thank you.
I know.
How do you like to cut and serve your spanakopita?
That's what I'm going to do now. I thought I'd leave you with that. I'm not sure why we're crooked here. We're a bit crooked. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cut them out because I've got the rectangular tray. I'm going to cut this into 3 lines. Hope you do make this over and over again. How amazing is it that pouring what's it called?
Soda water.
Soda water will give you this end result. And usually what I do is I put nice, generous piece like this. So I'll go and get a plate. So using one of these spatulas I find is really handy.
Wow, look at that.
See?
So in a nice big square, we've cut our pita open. Yum. Oh my God, I cannot wait to eat this.
So this is cheesy, buttery, oh, good, really soft, and oh, it's just gorgeous. What can I say? It's just gorgeous. Love it. I seriously hope that you make this again and again and again for your family. As I said, you can vary it. You can not have the spinach. You can just have it with cheese. You can take the spinach out. You can actually add a little bit of leek into this. It's totally up to you. Has everybody had the saganaki yet with the honey and the nigella seeds and lemon juice? And how do you all feel about that combination of saganaki, salty cheese and honey? Do you like it? Okay. All right, everyone. I think that's a wrap.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your food. We're going to have a nice feast now, and Kathy's husband's looking at me trying to get his tummy full as well. So I hope everybody...
And before you go, I have to say one more thing. Galiorixi.
Woo! Galiorixi.
Galiorixi. Bon appetit.
Thanks, everybody.
Bon appetit, Galiorixi. Mwah.